Happy birthday, Daddy Mac.
Well, that one's wrapped up so nice, it must be from Frank. Electric shoe polisher.
Next.
I never knew why Daddy Mac was so mean to Uncle Frank. He was the kind of person I wanted to be, smart and funny and considerate.
Lois, my first question is actually for you. You have been working in Hollywood for almost 70 years, which is like an insane career length. What attracts you to a project at this point? Like what makes, like, especially with Uncle Frank, like what made you want to bite on this project?
First thing, Alan Ball, whom I'd worked with before, enjoyed that a lot. He wrote this piece and asked me. That was the next thing, and I said yes without a hesitation. I liked the piece very much, and I like working with him. So
you got to wear all those cool 70s old lady outfits. Such a singular look.
I know, it's really sad when I was like eyeing Lois's wardrobe on set, and I was like, I kind of want to swipe that dress from her lineup in the wardrobe trailer. It's really great.
Really,
like everyone has those
dresses. They were interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
All pictures of like my great grandma look like that. They're like house coats, you know, with like the big glasses. Yeah.
They're coming back, the house coat.
Can't wait.
Since we're all home.
Speaking of clothes, as we talked about, Judy, I know you're a big knitter, and Frank wears an amazing sort of shawl collar sweater this film. Could you could you make a shawl collar sweater?
I have made a shawl collar sweater. It took forever, and I knitted it in this beautiful black merino wool, and I almost went blind knitting it because it turns out like knitting with really dark yarn is really hard on your eyes, but I could totally make that sweater. In fact, our movie poster, I saw him wearing, or I think there was someone who was interviewing us who had a picture of him with that sweater on, and I was like, oh my God, I should find a pattern for that because it's so good.
One of those things where it's like, I could make this, but I'm going to go blind. So I can just...
Paul's, I wouldn't go blind because it's white, but it's a great sweater. I remember. And those sweaters back then, like they had such cool patterns. Okay, I don't want to take up all your time talking about sweaters, but like I could.
There's a part in the movie, Lois, when your character has a spider in her hair and no one is telling her. Would you want someone to tell you if there was a spider in your hair? And
well, it would depend on whether the spider was a friend or not, I guess. I would. I think I would.
Judy, I wanted to ask you play a character in this movie named Kitty. It is the third time, I think, that you've played a character named Kitty.
Yeah.
What is it about you, do you think, that screams that's
Kitty?
Could be Kitty, yeah.
I don't know. You know, I don't even know any kitties. And like, I kind of want to meet a real kitty to see if I'm doing it right. Because I feel like my kitties are always kind of like, and maybe it's just the name but like, I feel like they're always like sort of flighty and a little bit like weird and off. And so I need to meet a real kitty.
My last question is, it's a cop-out. Judy, do you have anything you'd like to ask Lois? Because Lois has worked forever. Like she was in East of Eden. Like that's crazy. Like,
dude, we were talking before you got on about how we just want to record and like write down everything that Lois has said all day, because it's like I'm learning so much. I'm having the best day. And I have been thinking about that. Well, people ask me this all the time, Lois. So I'm going to ask you, do you have a favorite job that you've ever done?
A favorite job I've ever done.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
I know. I hate when people ask me that.
You know, which play is, and she gave a wonderful answer, the one I'm doing now.
That's what I always think.
That's a great answer. I don't think it would be my answer. I do know what the sort of top favorites are, but no, picking one, I think that's
yeah, you can't.
Too hard. Yeah. There's so many. You know, we treasure and some of them really are treasures. So.
Yeah. And some of them, by the way, some of them stink, but you just have this special experience from making it, or the people you meet while you do it, or something you learned while you made it that makes it still stand out to you. But yeah, I always wonder, people ask me that and I'm like, how can I answer that? Yeah. All of them? None of them? I don't know.
You don't want me to tell you. Plus, you're not going to give the real answer. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to be like, oh, this one was BS. Like, not that one. Like,
Definitely not. Yeah. No.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone in the family about me.
You want to stay by yourself in a motel?
Uncle Frank is staying there too. So is Wally.
Who's Wally?
What is the relationship between the two of you and the young lady over there?
Oh, she's my niece.
I'm his nephew.
That doesn't sound right.
That sounds wronger and wrong.